Hello. I wanted to come to you guys today to show you how easy it is and how little of gear you actually need to go out overnight. When I was a kid, I used to just grab a few things around the house and me and a buddy would go out and go camping, for the night or whatever. And this is, teenage years, of course, not a kid. But all we took is, the only thing I'm going to take now from the house is a blanket. The rest of the gear is all dollar store gear. So I'm going to do a total camp out, basically with gear from the dollar store. So this is going to be an overnighter, dollar store style. Although I am going to take a blanket, because the only blankets you can get are either really small or space blankets. I'm going to take this blanket, and usually anybody has an old blanket around the house that they can take out. I'm going to show you the gear I have. Okay, we're going to start with this here. This is a tarp. 6x8 tarp, and as you can see, $3. 6x8 heavy duty tarp. That's going to be my cover. That's what I'm going to use for my shelter right there. I'll throw that to the side. This light was $2. It has a area lamp plus a flashlight, plus the batteries in it came from the dollar store as well. This is a nice light. It has a little hook in the back that I can put that on the area light. It's actually basically a work light, but I've taken this camping a few times. It's a nice light. I like taking a flashlight when I go out camping. Right here, twine. $1.50. Now this stuff here will do most tasks that you need. It's not strong enough to hold a purse in or anything like that there, of course, but it's pretty strong stuff, and I use it a lot in camping. So we're going to take this little box of matches. For $1.50 you can get like 8 boxes of these matches, as well as got this here. This, as you can see, is a bookmark, but yeah, it's got a pretty butterfly on it. But it's a Fresnel lens, great for starting fire. So there's another fire source. So I've got matches, magnifying glass, as well as a lighter. This here is 2 for $1. I only bought 1. There's 3 sources of starting a fire out there. So I think I'm okay for an overnighter. Now, I've got this here. This was $2.50. You can see there, it's a stainless steel bottle. Probably about 500-600 milliliter. I've never actually tested it yet. It's a nice little water bottle. I could actually boil water in this if this is all I had. But I can carry water as well. So it's a good addition for an overnighter. If you can take some water from the house before you leave and carry it, I mean, there's, that there will give you a couple mouthfuls, plus you'll be able to cook your food with just that. So it's a good idea to carry one of these, and it's cheap. Now, here's a pot. That's a nice pot. That's a nice size pot. This here will come in handy. Anything I want to do, cook out there, I can cook in here. Now, I'll eat out of this, so I don't need a plate. Fork or a spoon, grab it out of your kitchen drawer. or you can buy like 3 for $1 at the dollar store. You know, that's up to you. But this here, as you can see, $3, and it's stainless steel with a glass top. So that's a pretty nice little pot, and you can see here too. It's, you know, nice thick. It's a nice pot. You know, that's a nice pot to take out there. And lastly, a knife. This here is just a paring knife, although you can see it's full tang. I have sharpened it. It's nice and sharp. And I can use this right here as its sheath. And I'll just throw that in my kit, just like that. And that there will do most of my bushcraft tasks. Gathering firewood, you don't need an axe. You don't need anything to chop firewood most of the time. You can break branches, you know, up to 1.5 inches or so. I do it all the time. You grab it, you either break it in you know, between 2 trees, you lay it up against the tree, you step on it, you break it. I collected a lot of firewood without ever using a saw or an axe. You know, although sometimes if I want bigger pieces, I'll use an axe and such. But an overnighter, you don't need it. You don't. You can get by with just a knife like this here. I got by with a hunting knife for many, many years. And never used an axe or anything. Never had to. So this is what we've got here. And of course the dollar store bag. I'm going to bring you over, set this out here, and show you what we have. I don't have a backpack, right? This here is my backpack. You don't need a backpack with this few items. You throw it in a bag and you go. That's all we ever did. Now, I'm going to pan over this real quick and we'll go over it. Okay. Something to hold everything in right there. There's actually 2 bags in one. We've got a cooking pot. So we have a container. Plus we have another container. So we have 2 containers. We have cordage. And that there is a lot of cordage. We have a cutting tool. As well as combustion. 3 different types of combustion. And we have shelter. As well as a flashlight, which is a comfort for me in the dark, and a blanket. Now this here, those few items can get you by overnight. I'm going to do a video with just these items and show how it's done. Take care. Bye for now.